Do you want to know which ones of your friends are real and which ones are fake? Which ones are telling the truth and which ones are lying to you? It's very simple. The one who's got much explaining to do is probably the one who's lying. People overcomplicate stuff because there's something they're hiding. If someone talks too much, there's a hidden anxiety behind his words. Perhaps he actually doesn't even understand anything that he says. He just says all this stuff to make himself look smarter. That's very common. If someone wears makeup too much, there's probably something she's hiding beneath all that face painting. Maybe it's an acne, a black pimple, or she just doesn't feel confident about her overall looks. The truth is always very simple. If I'm chubby, I'm chubby. If I don't know shit, I don't know shit. But people don't like the truth about themselves. If they don't know shit, they sure as hell don't want other people to know about it. If they're overweight, they sure as hell don't want to wear a bikini. People like to cover up the truth. Being honest is rare nowadays. It's always about your self-image. Self-image is a freaking disguise. I once had a friend who speaks with a British accent. No, she's not from Great Britain. She comes from somewhere else. But she speaks with a British accent. It's not just me. Everyone also realized the same thing. She was faking it. I could totally understand why she was doing that. The ooze of class that comes from speaking in that accent. But no one outside from the UK would naturally speak like that. Now everyone in the town would know you are fake. And it's difficult to shake off that fake label. You see, deep down we want to be open to truth. We want to be vulnerable. We want to get exposed, so to speak. That's why so many people go on trying to make as many friends as possible. One of the reasons is they really wish to make a genuine connection with somebody who's perfectly okay with them as they are. But since being honest is extremely difficult, they can't really open up to anyone and be completely vulnerable. So he goes around looking for more friends who finally get them. The solution is not to look for more friendships. It's actually to find one solid friend and be completely and brutally honest with him. If you can do that and is totally okay with that, then you probably don't need that many friends anymore. The problem is not that people don't understand you. You haven't even begun to reveal yourself to others. Denial of yourself is so entrenched in your programming that you are constantly running away from the truth of who you are. Self-denial would take away your radiance. It's like the whole world loves you, but you don't even love yourself. What's the point? The entire world is acting and pretending to one another. If they love you, that's perhaps a good sign that you have been fake yourself. Deep down, all of us have only one desire: to be confident and comfortable in the world. But it's not just being confident while you go around deceiving other people and yourself. People are good at smelling these things. Acting is temporary. It requires effort. Something that requires effort will loosen up eventually. When you're finally exhausted from all the pretending and finally set your hair down, there's nothing that can prevent others from seeing you for who you really are. Then your confidence takes another hit because you thought you were confident and people loved you. No, what you had wasn't real confidence. It's simply good acting. Real confidence is this: to be confident in your own skin without even thinking that you need to be confident. You are naturally confident because you have truly accepted yourself for who you really are. Regardless of what others think of you, you are totally okay with yourself as it is. If you love eating, that's the truth. There's nothing you should hide. If you're shit at what you do, accept it. And oftentimes, people would love you even more for it. People don't love you for how fake you are. They love you for how relatable you are. If you're fat and obese, some people can relate to that. They probably understand the struggle of trying to overcome some form of sluggishness. If you're skinny, others might be able to relate to that feeling of being smaller than the rest of the society. We are all imperfect human beings who don't have a clue why we get this or that type of body. We often make silly errors and sometimes make some crazy random decisions that would baffle even ourselves. Admitting our vulnerabilities is a way to genuinely connect with other human beings. Perhaps it's the only way. With that being said, it's not like, hey, everything's all good and perfect. I consume 5 cheeseburgers a day and I weigh like 400 pounds. Life is so fucking rosy. The thing is, after you begin to accept the truth, it's very likely that you would like to change something about yourself. But it doesn't come from the desire to be loved by everybody else. This change comes from your desire to love yourself. Because you are so open to the truth, and it's so plainly visible to you, you realize that changes should be made straight away. Just be incredibly simple. The world doesn't need any more pretenses. We don't need any more machines who follow a certain manual book and have completely forgotten how to think and feel. We need real human beings with a proneness to errors and imperfections.